Hi, I'm Thomas with Believe and Run.
This is Robbie with Believe and Run.
And today we're talking about the Craft CTM.
It's right there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, you want me to say it?
Yeah, we do it together sometimes. All right, we'll try this again. Hi, this is Thomas with Believe and Run.
This is Robbie with Believe and Run.
And today we're talking about a shoe from Sweden, the Craft CTM.
Carbon Ultra Race Rebel.
That's a lot of things, Robbie.
Too many freaking words. And you know what the CTM's abbreviated for? What's it? Craft Tailored Motion.
Yeah, Craft Tailored Motion.
So if you really, that would be 3, 4, 5, 6. That'd be 8 words in that title.
Which are longer than most of my sentences.
Yeah, that's like maybe a Scandinavian thing.
Yeah, they're like, English is fun.
Let's use more words.
You.
Sorry.
So there's also
Europe.
a lot of writing on this shoe, and you'll notice this right off the bat. What's the point of that?
Well, it says "Let's Rage," and it's not like "Let's Rage" like someone showed up to a kegger and it's like brought the.
Oh, is it the rave that's like
yeah,
and you have the blue lights?
Not rave or rage.
Oh.
It's actually Tommy Ribs, who you probably know who he is if you're in the running world at all. Super badass dude, badass runner. He helped design and I guess make this shoe. Not make, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Had input.
He collaborated with Craft to create this shoe.
Yeah.
So you get some stuff like that. And what this shoe is that we're holding is a long distance racer. Tell me about the upper.
The upper is a engineered mesh
Jacquard mesh.
Literally can never get that name right. I think Jaguar.
Okay.
That's a Jaguar.
It's a Jaguar mesh?
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Yeah. Wow.
And it's an ultralight.
It works 90% of the time, 100% of the time.
It is an ultralight, ultra breathable mesh material. Very thin, not much structure to it. You got a couple little pillows here in the heel cup.
Yeah, there's not a lot of structure, and we'll get into that when we talk about the performance of the shoe. It's breathable, it's light, not the most overly constructed.
I mean, in a race shoe, you do want something that's breathable and light, for sure. It does not have a gusseted tongue, so...
But it's got this, like, sponge perforated tongue.
Yeah, it's stretchy, it's thin, it's very susceptible to folding over.
And bunching.
I guess I didn't have a problem with it, but...
Is this Giselle Bunchen from Sweden?
She's from another country, I know that.
Yeah, maybe she's from Sweden.
I'll call Tom Brady.
Like the tongue, she's bunching.
Yeah. Tom Brady's gonna kick your ass.
I can route run.
All right. Good.
Yeah.
In the Carbon Race Rebel. That's an endorsement. You're welcome.
Maybe not.
All right, we'll see. Wait till the end of the review. On to the midsole. Here we have what Craft likes to call their UD Foam Pro midsole. I mean, when I hear UD Foam Pro, I'm thinking this is some high-tech stuff.
I actually think of birth control for women.
Okay, it's in no way did I go because of UD.
Yeah.
Okay.
IUD.
Actually, I think I did think. Sorry, Ultimate Direction. You're in the same boat.
We probably want to cut that part out.
It may control your birth, but does it control your running? That's what we really want to know.
Yeah.
Keep it in, Brandon. What is this midsole made out of, Thomas?
I believe it's an exotic compound of EVA.
EVA. Sounds fancy. No, it doesn't. So, like in a normal racing shoe, we would think this is nitrogen infused, like P-backs.
Like everybody's the foam wars.
Craft is like, we're going EVA. We're taking it back.
Robbie did ask me earlier if it had a carbon plate in it. And guess what, Robbie? It says carbon plate inside.
I'm going to give Craft some bonus points here because I do appreciate that they have like all the specs on the side of the shoe.
Yeah, UD Foam Pro right here. This has, even here, it's Mesh Tech for the upper. They've really labeled this well for reviewers and consumers. So now you know the secret. There is a carbon plate wedged in this EVA. I think we should get the bandsaw and start sawing these things in half.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think it's worth it.
It's not.
Okay.
Anyways,
might not be worth it.
That is the midsole. We're going to go into the outsole before we come back to the performance. But
Does it have a special name?
I think it's just like...
Rubber?
I think it did actually have a special name, but I was like, I'm not saying this. It's just rubber.
It's probably UD Foam Rubber.
Yeah, it's whatever. But
UD
it's
rubber.
Pretty decent coverage on here. It does have good grip. I mean, you have a lot of rubber. And if you are familiar with the Carbon Ultra, which was like their shoe from last year, that thing had like teeth on it.
Yeah.
Which was kind of like a trail-ish
hybrid, like road to trail, ultra. You're gonna run all night over all sorts of terrain.
Yeah. Speaking of which, like that shoe is like super firm.
Super firm, super heavy.
I guess we can roll on to the performance aspect of the shoe.
Yeah.
I believe the stack height on this is 35 millimeters with 11 millimeter drop. Let's get on to the performance aspect of the shoe. Now, we said the last year's version, which was not the racer shoe, more like a road to trail, that was firm.
I still think this is firm. When you get into the way that this shoe felt, I just didn't feel the liveliness in the midsole. Like I came down, it's not bad cushioning, but it's certainly not what I would consider race cushioning. It doesn't have that bounce, doesn't have that pop that I'm getting used to feeling. What I feel more in this is the sculpted toe spring and just kind of that geometry making the feel of the pivot. I'm not feeling that energy and pop from the foam or the plate in this.
I don't think it was like super firm for me, but I didn't hate the ride of this shoe. It wasn't like sensational where you're getting this like bounce that you would expect from some of the other racing shoes, say the Saucony Endorphin Pro, literally any of the other shoes.
Well, when we do tiers of where the shoes are, this one felt closer to me to the 361 Flame.
Okay.
Carbon plated shoe, but that has a P-back style midsole. It also felt a little bit like the Hyperion Elite, and I'm gonna say in between the first one, which we trashed, and the second which was a little bit better. This floats somewhere in there between for me. It's definitely not on that top tier racing day shoe platform for me, which I would include like the Vaporfly, the Alpha Fly, the Metaspeed Sky, the RC Elite 2, and the Pro Plus.
Yeah, this reminded
Saucony
me most of the Brooks Hyperion Elite 2 if I had to throw it out there. As far as a race day shoe, I'm not going with it, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Overall on this shoe, I hate to say it, Kraft, I like the direction you're going, I like some of the things you're doing, but this shoe didn't work for me. It's too firm. The upper is too wide in the front for me. It just doesn't have that structure. Regardless if this was a race day or a regular daily trainer or wherever you're gonna put it in, it just didn't work for me. I did everything from easy-ish miles to strides to some faster pickups, and I just couldn't find the sweet spot.
You know when it's something, you're just like, it just doesn't fit. Like you can lock it down, you can tie it however you want. It's just like, I don't know.
But I hate to say this, but I would probably put this in the same category as the first Hyperion Elite that we got from Brooks, which is not a good place to be.
Sorry, Kraft. Hate to do it to you.
I mean, it is also $250, so the price has to play into our review a little bit. If this was a $160 shoe or a price that was more aligned with like a high-end daily trainer, there might be a little more grace for it. At $250, I just don't think this compares to the other stuff that's out there.
We're talking about an EVA foam in a $250 shoe. I mean, that's like, what's the shoe, the APL? That was $300, also has EVA, but honestly, I like this shoe a lot more.
I did like this shoe more. Like if I'm gonna buy between these shoes, I felt faster in this shoe. It doesn't have a plate. The cushioning was better in this shoe. It has
heavier, but whatever.
But yeah.
Like this is, like if you're going to the racing shoe, I don't know, I'm not picking this. And I think we mentioned the weight kind of offhand before. For men's 10.5, it's 8.5 ounces or 240 grams. A lot of people love Craft. They really want to see the shoe do well. They love Tommy Ribs. I get it.
Yeah, the brand has loyalists. They've got clean designs. It looks like a lot of their stuff looks good. To me, even the execution of this, I understand the Tommy Ribs blackout thing. I get it, but to me, this looks like a restaurant shoe.
It's funny because it like all black can look super badass or can look like a restaurant shoe. So I don't know. I guess it just depends.
You could look like a badass fast waiter.
Dude, gotta clear those tables off. The tickets are coming out.
You're gonna be the fastest waiter at Fridays.
Yeah, the food's on the line, getting cold. Get it out of there.
We haven't tested this on grease yet, so we don't know if you're gonna slide in the kitchen or have that traction. But that could be something that you need to know.
Dude, nothing worse than you go to like a fast food restaurant and like
You can feel the grease on the floor. Yeah.
I swear to God, that's like every Zaxby's.
It's like they just mop it with grease.
It's like every Zaxby's in the South. I'm like, who's dropping all the chicken on the floor? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just give me my chicken. I don't want you sliding around on the grease.
Chick-fil-A even has it sometimes, and they're pretty clean.
I don't know.
Don't say anything bad about Chick-fil-A.
Sounds blasphemous.
Anyway, so this one for me, I'm sorry, Kraft, but I'm not digging it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say this is not gonna be a shoe that I'll be going with at any point in the near future.
It is kind of that test, Robbie. When you put it on the shelf after we've done the review, is there any time that you pull this back out?
Yeah, and probably not. Definitely not. But I know, maybe this might be the last Kraft shoe we get. I hope not. I hope not. I hope you can take.
Maybe we can help you.
Yeah, I mean, I hope you take the feedback and go with it.
Yeah, positive.
And so we'll see. Keep that
I mean,
in mind
they're not hurting. They sold out on the website. I don't know if you're able to get them through Running Warehouse or some of the other places, but if you want it after this review. But you should check it out if you're interested in Kraft as a brand, or you just want to prove us wrong and be like, no, that shoe is awesome. Yeah. Which happens a lot.
We're willing to be proved wrong.
Yeah. Before we go, we should tell them to subscribe, like this video.
We should honestly be doing that in the beginning.
Turn on the bell. Yeah, we should be doing the video. You want to rewind, like go to the front, and we'll do it?
Get through the time travel again.
Hi, this is Thomas with Believe and Run.
This is Robbie with Believe and Run.
And before we get started, why don't you go ahead and like this video? You haven't seen it yet, but you're going to like it, unless you're Kraft. And
spoiler alert.
Yeah, you're going to want to go ahead and set that subscribe button, set the bell so you're the first to hear our new thoughts on all things running. And check us out on Instagram, Strava.
Are we actually doing this?
No.
Oh, is this the end or the beginning?
I don't know if it is or not.
Because that's too long for the beginning.
Confused. All right,
that's it. We're done. Just keep it at the end.
All right, so at the end, we got to do it still. We didn't do it. Not all the way through. All right, so go ahead, like this video, subscribe to the channel to be the first to know what's going on. Select that bell, you'll get alerts. Check us out on Instagram. What about Strava, Robbie?
Hey, follow us on there too. We're always posting our runs, being cool guys.
Yeah, and we have a group, so you can see other people other than us.
Yeah. And
talk to them about shoes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Join the group, but you also see our runs too.
Yeah, you get to see us. And then also we have the podcast, The Drop, and Fuel for the Soul. So do all the things, help support us so that we can continue to bring you great content, because this is great content,
no one's watching.
whether you believe it or not. And then, yeah, check it out.
Shoe costs.
No.
Do you know how much it costs?
I think it's like 2 something. No. Not it. That was a good one.
I need to add